Liar.
I mean, it wasn't a jet, but Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper. Who's a liar?
Well, Ross Mitchell,
Well, Sarah J. Davidson.
comedian apparently.
Apparently.
No, you are a comedian. You are a comedian. You are a comedian. We are both comedians.
The fact that you said it 4 times really drives home that, yes, it's...
No, we are both comedians. Well, I definitely am now because I'm unemployed.
Well, you're definitely a comedian because you just came from opening for a comedian. You've been... and you're an opening act. You've been paid for that.
Yes, I've been given...
You've been paid for that, right?
I've been paid for that.
You've been paid for that.
50 whole British pounds. Selling my wares. Yes, so you're doing a show.
Yes, I'm doing
Of your
a show.
comedies and your jokes.
Yes.
And your stories and your comedies and your jokes. Are you excited for it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll find out. Whoa.
It's
we'll
like your
find
usual-
out. Come and find out.
Come and find out what we're all doing. Is
Split bill with Heather Anderson.
Yes,
The
Heather
wonderful Heather Anderson.
is that your usual, usual style of doing a show? Find out on the night?
Yes, that is very much my style of doing a show. It's the exact opposite of the approach of Mustafa Saeed, who is also a comedian. He is a comedian. He's a comedian.
He's a doctor.
He's No, he's a comedian.
He's a comedian.
But, you know, like he will really rehearse his stuff. And like he knows exactly what he's going to say before he steps on stage. And he knows how he's going to say it. I get there and I write 4 things down on a piece of paper. And I go, oh yeah, it looks okay. And then I go up and I do that.
Wow.
And sometimes I don't do that.
Sometimes you just don't do anything?
Sometimes I do, you know, what comes to me, what feel, you know, it's like jazz, you know? It's like jazz. Just, you got to go with the flow.
It's jazzy?
Yeah.
Do you describe yourself as jazzy?
Oh, certainly. I mean, I played the clarinet when I was 12.
No, but
so
would you describe your act as jazzy?
Sure. Why not?
I wouldn't.
Why, how would you describe my act?
Elevator music. No. No, it is jazzy. It's a bit... Yeah, freestyle jazz.
It's
freestyle.
it's jazz on a theremin.
Yeah, it's freestyle. It's freestyle. Yeah. It's bongo drums.
It's bongo drums.
What music would you describe mine as?
Opera.
I was going to say ecstasy-driven drum and bass.
No, definitely like German opera.
German opera?
Yeah, a woman in like a giant helmet going.
Massive
"Whoa!"
breastplate?
Yeah.
Maybe I think that's more just about how you see me, Ross. You see me as a woman with giant arms and massive tits.
No, Odin has wronged her. The gods have wronged her, and she's there to sing of her wrongs. That's you.
Oh, I think I did a show earlier, and someone came up to me, Luke, that we all know and love, and he was like, "I really like the theme you're going through for now with all your sets. It's just really coming together, and it's really just, I'm weird." And I was like, well, it wasn't a conscious choice, but all right.
Well, opera is very weird.
Oh.
You know.
Well, that is true, actually, yeah. I'm classical.
Like, yeah. Like, I wonder, someone should do, it's probably a very smart person has done this. Like, in fact, no, definitely people have done this. A history of opera coming from like, you know, like how just such a weird thing of like people go and they watch people scream for 2 hours.
I feel like I've seen this. I feel like it was along the lines of the ballet thing.
Ballet, well, I actually do know the history of ballet.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I know it.
Because I told you.
Ross?
An Englishman invented ballet. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to go into the history of ballet on an interview.
Fine. Is that a part
We
of your
only
set?
have so long here. Maybe. Come, it's jazz, like I say. It might come up.
Mine is, woo! That's mine, is it?
That was Coltrane, wasn't it?
Possibly. Well, I should ask you a question, shouldn't I?
Aye, sure, go on.
Well, are you one of these comedians that likes doing stand-up comedy, or is it a burden that's been placed on you?
No, I love stand-up comedy, and I really don't understand people like, oh, you know, well, don't do it then.
Yeah, you're probably the first one that's been positive about their own performance.
Yeah, do they all say, oh, I don't like doing it? Why are they doing it then?
Attention.
They're just attention seeking. Well, there's lots of things you could do to seek attention. Be a suicide bomber. Like, so, you know, like, shoot up a school. There's lots of things you can do for attention. And they get you attention much better than being a comedian does.
Well, that's true.
I've been a comedian for 12 years and I have no attention at all.
You have you have like 10 Instagram followers now?
Yeah, something like that. Recently met my first fans.
Oh, they were good.
Yeah.
She used her bra as a pocket.
I know. It turns out I have my fans fit into a very specific category, and that is nerdy girls with big boobs, which I'm all for.
That's me. Well, I'm trying to think of more questions. I didn't really think this through. I had one Guinness. Well, how would you describe your style of stand-up? Because you're very knowledgeable about stand-up styles and the art of stand-up in general.
Am I?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that instead of my stuff?
Always talking about it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would say I'm storytelling.
You're always making me watch your clips.
Well, I would say I'm storytelling mainly.
Yeah, that's true.
Storytelling and then like sort of rants. Storytelling and rants.
Rants. That's why I like organised. That's why I would describe myself as organised chaos.
Organized chaos.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's like a famous clown definition. I can't remember who said it, but like a famous, one of those like French clown wankers. Said, there's like, oh no, you must find your inner clown, and in order for you to find your inner clown, I must beat you with a mallet. One of those.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, that guy. I think he gave a famous definition of clowning, that clowning is a man trying to stand upright. And a man trying to maintain his dignity, but failing. And I think that works for men. I think for women, what it is a woman demanding dignity and being refused it. And I think that sums up your style quite well.
I literally have no idea how to take that.
No, but you're like, your jokes, your stories, they're always about like the things that have been denied you.
Yes, this is true. It's a grievance, really.
Yes, grievance.
Grievances.
Whereas mine are about grievances but completely unjustified.
That's true. Oh, that's true. Well, I suppose, how do you feel no longer being the only autistic comedian on the scene?
Very aggrieved. Extremely aggrieved. Yes, I used to be the only autistic. My USP.
Here, I'm going to tell you. You weren't.
No, but my USP...
Just on paper, but
my USP was that I was the only diagnosed autistic comedian on the Northern Irish circuit. And now there's... In fact, one of the only autistic comedians you'd ever heard of. It wasn't really a thing when I started. Whereas now there's loads here. There's loads in Northern Ireland. There's loads down south. There's famous ones across the water, like Fern Brady just got diagnosed. And I don't respect it at all. I don't respect people getting diagnosed at the age of 30. Going on TikTok and going, oh yeah, that sounds just like me. That's probably me, isn't it? And going, oh yeah, no, I reckon I have autism. It's a load of fucking bullshit. I was diagnosed at the age of 6 because I bit the bark off a tree.
Is that autism? I feel like that's just a you thing.
Well, the reason I did it was because people didn't want to hear about the Emperor Claudius.
Well, they see there's more there.
Yes.
You weren't just chowing down.
Yeah.
We were just teething really.
I got Saturday detentions for correcting the teachers on ancient Roman history. And
oh, you were popular.
yeah, I was very popular. I was the most popular kid. Not thought of as weird at all. And but yeah, now people are just going. Now there's quite big acts from here, mentioning no names, and who are going. Oh yeah, nobody seems to like me. I think I might be autistic. Which is some people might just call that being a dickhead, but edit that if you want. But
well, yeah, I suppose. Okay. Well, you got it.
I'm very against this general thing of just like everybody getting diagnosed now and like oh, I don't feel like I fit in and stuff. And
This has become a health announcement. Okay, this is maybe something you say for yourself.
Okay.
All the time, maybe chat in pub or something.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
It's not no one will come and see this.
We cut this. We talk about the show.
Yeah.
You asked me questions.
I know. I didn't envision it when you went so deep into it. You are like the what was that I said? You're like the Ian Paisley of autism. Do not come to me and say you're autistic.
I don't know if I'm the Ian Paisley of autism. I think I don't know. I'm like a racist white southerner. Of like, I want to keep the blood pure.
Fucking hell. Damn, that could be edited real bad, Ross. That is like if someone takes that and puts it onto like a Snapchat. I want to keep the blood real pure. No.
Should we redo that again? My USP used to be autism. But now there's loads of comedians who are autistic.
I'm really happy about it, and it's nice to be represented.
I guess so. I guess it's nice that there's more representation, but it does throw me in something of a commercial quandary and artistic quandary, because what do I talk about now? So this show is going to be about what kind of stand-up am I now? Because you asked me what is my style of stand-up. It used to be, I'm autistic, laugh at me. But now, because that's not so unique anymore, the show's going to be about me figuring out, what kind of stand-up I am now.
Well, a racist one. You could real go Jim Davidson. You could go the other way. You could go like...
I could go Jim Davidson, except he's not terribly successful anymore.
No, is it? No, you're not going to
Ideally, I would like to ape off a really successful comedian like Peter Kay.
Oh, you could just... I've seen something. I've seen that.
Because as an autistic person, I remember lots of
Genuinely.
things. I remember lots of things. I remember every advert of the 1980s, even though I wasn't born for the 1980s.
You could be 1980s ad guy.
I could be 1980s ad guy. Hey, anybody remember? Do you remember that advert with Giles from Buffy, and he was selling coffee? Do you remember it? Do you remember the Giles from Buffy selling coffee?
Yeah, I remember it.
He said, "Gold blend be too good for your guests."
Dude, the
Remember
camera.
that? Gold blend be too good for your guests. It's a very sophisticated coffee.
You do look
could
like
do that.
Giles.
A little bit,
Yeah.
except for the sideburns.
Well, I like the sideburns. You kept them?
Yeah, keeping them. It's a sideburn summer. Making it a thing. We had white boy summer. We had hot girl summer. We're doing sideburn summer.
Public announcement.
Yes, this is it. This is fuck the show. The main thing is sideburn summer. Boys, grow your sideburns.
You should have called the show Sideburn Summer.
Wow. Then I'd have to write a load of material about sideburns.
Then Heather couldn't have done all the work for it.
Yeah, she made such a good poster.
Yeah, she made such a good poster for yours and her show.
Yeah.
And wrote you up all those wee things and made that thing. What have you done, Ross?
I have, I've thought.
Deeply.
Yeah. I've metastasized some ideas
Okay.
and stroked my chin like this. I've really thought about what could a show with the title fuck around, find out what could it really say to Belfast, to the world, and to all the new autistic acts stealing my my commerce.
What have you come up with?
Not a lot.
I think we started doing stand-up around the same time.
We did.
So...
That's how we met.
Well, yes, it is. Yay. What, why did you start doing stand-up?
I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to do stand-up. When I was a kid, like 14, people told me, you remember careers class?
Oh, yeah, vaguely. They told me just give it up.
Yeah, do you remember, like, there used to be one, I don't know if kids still have this, if the young ones still have this in school. Don't know if the young ones still have school. Where, like, one period a week, you went to a classroom with, like, the technology teacher.
Yeah.
And they did careers. And then it became PSHE at a certain point.
Oh, is that like...
And then at another point it became learning for life and work and something else. But they told me, because you're autistic, you'll have one obsessive interest that you're really good at. And that should be what you do your career in. And like maths or history, I was like, I like those things. Well, I didn't like maths, I was just good at it. I was like, what is my obsessive interest? And I realized it was Billy Connolly. Every day I watch Billy Connolly clips. Unfortunately, I'm not very like Billy Connolly.
No.
No.
Well, I think there is a similarity in the storytelling aspect.
Yeah. But not in the general likability or,
No, you're very likable.
Oh, thank you very much. But I thought, I'd have to learn to be like Connolly or Jimmy Carr or something to do stand-up. And then I saw Stuart Lee, and I realized, you can be a sort of dislikable weirdo and do stand-up as well.
I think it's like my only skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
No, I wouldn't compare you to Stuart Lee. I'd say you're more...
No, but I mean my only actual true talent.
Is stand-up?
Yeah.
You're quite a good actor.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen you act.
Yeah, you have.
Edit that, cut that.
That was the greatest joke I've ever fucking made. So proud of myself. Well, anyway, comedy questions. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. I just go, I'll be great. Things will come to my head, and then they just don't.
Would you like me to ask you some questions?
No, we always write that too, but somebody didn't work well.
Well, I won't stare at the monitor this time.
Yes, you will. So, what was it? You do some sort of Northern Irish material.
A little bit. But
it's not like heavy on the NI comedy.
I don't like doing. I do some Catholic Protestant stuff, but only when it pertains to what I think is a really good story that encapsulates something about it, and not just fucking toaster in the cupboard. Hey. Hey. That's guns. 12th of July. What the fuck? All that shit. I like it when there's like a good story that I think expresses something about the country.
Yeah, that's true. We went up to Cave Hill on the 12th night.
Yes,
to see the bonfires.
The 11th night.
The 11th night, sorry. To see the bonfires with some friends. And we went up way too early.
Well, that was because you were getting out of work.
We didn't have to go straight away.
Well, I didn't want to leave people. I had to pick you up from work, then leave you at your house. Didn't want to leave people in your house for ages,
Oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't think you'd want to entertain for so long.
I didn't entertain for so long. I went upstairs and just left them sitting there. Came back downstairs again, we go. It was nice, though. It was nice to see the bonfires from a non-sectarian
Erin did say apparently she saw pictures an hour after we came down and it looked great.
It was very, very, very cold.
Yeah. Bring a thermos next time, some blankets.
Yeah. Romantic.
Yeah. The heather wasn't
Watch
that.
the city burn. What's Heather like?
What's Heather like? Heather's pretty good, yeah. Do you want to interview her instead?
No, I just was thinking we should probably mention her. She never got back to me about doing this interview.
Well,
there you are. Well,
she gets back to me.
You and Heather did a swap at a gig once where you
Yes.
did each other's sets. It was very good.
Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
Do you want to talk about it? Fucking hell.
Do you that impression of Heather right now, if you want?
Yeah, go on.
It's me, everybody!
Woo!
I can't do it now. I need to get into focus. See, I spent a week getting
Heather,
into...
we know her. We love her.
That was good.
She's on with you.
She's not on with me. She's on either before or after me. We haven't figured that out.
Oh, you decided yet? Who's going first?
We're not doing dueling stand-up at the same time.
Oh, that would be really good, though.
That would be very good, yeah.
What? How
That
are you
wouldn't
going
be confusing at all.
No, I don't. Well, I mean, how are you going to decide who's going first?
A coin flip.
I was going to say, you're going to coin flip. You coin flip for fucking everything.
It's a good system. It's a good system. You can only have one out of two answers.
Well, that's fair. That's really tied to death, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think we're still going strong. I think we've just hit a lull.
What were we talking about this morning?
Beverly Hills Cop?
No, what were we talking about this morning that we were laughing at? Like, see, when you're comedians and you're together, you don't really want to laugh anymore.
Oh, we just saying we're together?
Well, I don't know. We don't have to. If it's a shame to you, it's okay.
It's not a shame to me. I got this gig by shagging the producer.
Which is so unfair because that never worked for me. It was like they pretended they didn't do it.
Well, maybe you just need to put out more.
There was a running joke for a while that a bunch of people that I had rejected were going to get jackets that said, "I've been rejected by Sarah Jade." I was like, I didn't realise I'd rejected so many advances. Well,
No, you were very sought after.
was it?
You were very sought after.
All right, Father Time. You were very sought after back in the day when you were young.
Not back in the day. I just got in there.
What was it? What was it? Fraser said. Greased me up. Greased me up. The sleazy man. Well, anyway.
I thought you were referring to stabbing a good friend in the back.
To which you said, I just knew the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it all worked out well in the end, and here we are.
It remains to be seen. Well, you got a gig out of it?
Yeah, that's true. One gig, and that's me out. Music, and the sound of the Rohirrim was like a thunder upon a plain and a storm upon the mountain.
Hi. I'm Sarah J. Davison from the Accidental Comedy Club. Join us once a month for actual comedy, not quotes from Lord of the Rings. If you would like to buy tickets, please go to our website, www.accidentaltheatre.co.uk. You can also buy tickets there to stream online.